All right, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the stock market today. These are the S&P 500 futures. Let's talk about, the very first thing I want to talk about here is the hourly chart. And we're going to talk about cycle analysis. Now, I'll cover the weekly and the daily and the trade of the day here in a little bit, but let's just touch on the hourly chart first because I want to show you how powerful cycle analysis can be. Now, not all products have very good cycles, but the S&P 500 often has very good cycles, okay? And that's because it's traded frequently, and there's other reasons why that is, but we're going to look at the cycles on this product, right? The S&P 500. So what is cycles? And I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but this arc right here represents a period of time, and so does this one. Okay, as do the rest of these that you see on the screen here. What you're going to notice is that it also goes out into the future, right? This is over here is like Tuesday. This was Monday, right? Today's Tuesday. So if you don't know, this whole section here is Tuesday. This was Monday. That was last Friday, probably Thursday, Wednesday. You get me? Okay, so this is going to be tomorrow. This is going to be Wednesday. And if you're really paying attention, you'll notice that the futures already started trading because they always start the night before, right there. That's the first hourly candlestick because right now it's a little bit past 5 p.m. and the market opens at 5 p.m. for futures. All right. So now you have a sense that, that cycles are just an element of time, right? And there's probably about 23 candlesticks here because the futures market for the S&P 500 is open 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. So why is this powerful? It's powerful because it's forecasting a particular price action in the future. And we can leverage that and use it to our benefit to profit off it, okay? So do cycles always work? Well, they work often. Do they always work every single time, like in a predictable manner? No. But if you know what to look for, and you've been doing it as long as I've been doing it, you can kind of get a sense and a feel for when they're going to be really accurate and other times when you need to lay back a little bit, okay? So let's look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hourly cycles. Now these cycles, they are currently at the moment 23 hours. What do you know? That is extremely advantageous length, 23 hours, because that's exactly a full day. And we don't always get this. We don't always get exactly an hourly time frame that's 23 hours. The market might not move like that all the time. But what's it been doing lately? Look at this. Overnight, it came up till about, this is last Tuesday or so, somewhere around there, 3 a.m. in the morning. We're looking at Texas time, so just so you know. Came up like this, price rose overnight to 3 a.m. in the morning. After that, it kind of flattened out, and it took a dive all the way into what? The cycle low right here. The next cycle starts. Remember, this is just an element of time. It doesn't, these arcs right here don't really project in any way price going up or necessarily down, meaning along this arc. Okay, this arc doesn't determine, the height of the price. It's just an element of time. It could have been a rectangle, right? Could have been anything. Could have been like that. We're just using this particular geometry to help us identify cyclicality. So you can see last week, price came down right there. The next day, price kind of tracked sideways a little bit, went up really strong. Okay, and look at this. Boom. This just a little bit of a drop right at the cycle low. So even though price was very strong during intraday or early morning, this is probably like, let's see, when was this? Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. For about 4 hours here, maybe 3-4 hours going into lunchtime, then it pulled back right into the cycle low. So sometimes you get these big, huge pullbacks. Sometimes you just get these little ones. Sometimes you don't get them at all. Let's look at the next day. A little dip at the open, 5, 6, 7 p.m. at night. Then overnight it goes up, 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 and then big drop all the way into the cycle low. That's 3 in a row. Let's check out the next day. This was Monday right here. We're looking at Monday now. So Monday, you kind of get a little up, kind of down. It's kind of just tracking sideways to the middle of the night. And then boom, all the way. Cycle low. right into the cycle low. Okay. So now here we are on Tuesday. Tuesday night, what did it do? I just tracked sideways, a little down. Okay, somewhere in the night, about 1 a.m., it gets a bounce. This is like London. Here, the London Exchange. Okay, that's kind of when this opens and London Exchange starts to come into play here. 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And bam, what happens? The market takes a huge dive all the way into the cycle low. In fact, the low of the day was right at the hourly cycle low. That is absolutely amazing. Okay. Now these cycles won't stay like this forever. Eventually they'll shorten or they'll lengthen. They might go to 15 hours. They might go to 18 hours. They may not be quite as obvious, right? You might not get these big dips every time you do a cycle low. Sometimes you'll just get something like this. Just a whole day it just goes up, and you never see a dip in here at all. And the next day, kind of like that, maybe just a little dip and up again. Okay, so lately we've been having amazing, very highly predictable cycle lows in the hourly chart. So why am I doing something a little bit different today and showing you the hourly chart? Because I want to express strongly to the audience that cycle analysis is going to be extremely powerful. Okay, and when the cycles are really super obvious, that's when you make a lot of money. A lot of money is being made this week. Okay, a lot of, as we say, bank. My members on my service that I provide to my members on the Discord server, you know, a lot of them are making serious bank because they use these hourly streaming. This is a streaming chart, by the way, that the members get. They're using these cycles, and they trade them. I know probably more than a handful of my members right now make $200 or $300 every day, or most days, on small retail accounts. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that, but there's enough of them to do it. Why? Because they're disciplined enough and they do it. They know how to make it happen. They keep trying till they get successful. So cycle analysis is part of the tools we use, if you will, to be successful. There are other things that we do, but this is part of it. I really wanted to show it in this video, how powerful it's been lately. Okay, let's go look at the weekly chart. We'll do the weekly, the daily real quick, and then we'll look at the trade of the day. So now here we are on the weekly chart. Same product, same S&P 500 futures, and you'll notice there's cycles on here too. So the next cycle is projected August 29th. And look at this. Look at this. I wanted to show this. Look at this. It broke below this bottom line the other day. Unlike these that bounced, this one has not bounced. And look at this occurrence here. This is well above, this is the MACD we're looking at. It's well above the zero line, which is this purple line, and rolled over really well. There's a lot of room for downside here. Lots of room on the weekly chart. Now, eventually, this might bounce a little bit, and this might kind of do something like that, but eventually I think they'll see this coming down again, probably somewhere out in 2024. Okay. Because this is telling me, long-term, bombs away. I don't know exactly when, but somewhere over here, who knows exactly when. And my guess is 2024, we're going to see the market drop again. Maybe a bounce and a drop. Because remember, we're looking at the weekly chart, right? So the weekly chart, long-term, it looks like a loss of strength. Short-term, we might get a bounce, but long-term, looking kind of ugly. I shouldn't say ugly. It looks opportunistic to me, like a lot of money's going to be made. Here's 4112 on the weekly chart. Do I think it could get down there coming into this mid to late October? Yeah, I do. I actually think the next few weeks, this could come all the way down here. It may even surprise some people and get lower than that. It could get all the way down below 4,000. But, you know, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. But right now, I do believe, based on what I've been observing here, that 4112 is very possible. Okay, let's look at the daily. So here on the daily, it's 4114. On the weekly, it's 4112. Okay, basically the same thing, right? So here's the area we're talking about. Big old candlestick today, 84. And what does it do? It comes down and touches this support, 4262. It absolutely touches this. This is a natural support point. I won't dive into all that right now, but it came down and touched it. The low was 42.51. So it got about 11 points below it. But you can see it stalled right here on this line. Look at this. I didn't draw that line today. That line's been there for months. Months I drew this line. And look, today it comes out and touches it. And I think the chances are pretty high now it's going to break through this. Based on what I'm seeing here, this looks like this wants to come down again. And I think we're going to see a lot of weakness. And I think 41.14 on the daily, 41.12 on the weekly. Yeah, I think it's very doable. And as we approach October 17th, there's one right here on the 23rd. There's another one on the 25th. So you got a lot of cycles kind of combining at the same time here. In about the middle of October to the end of October, watch out. I think we're going to see a big decline. And hey, listen, if I'm wrong, that's fine. You know, we adjust to the market. But for right now, downside looks very real, and I see a lot of opportunity here. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, here we are on the 5-minute chart for the S&P 500. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that most of the time, our trades of the day will be on the 5-minute chart, but not always. Sometimes we'll get on the 15-minute chart and the hourly chart. And again, those charts, the 5, 15-minute, 1 hour, are streamed to the members live 5 days a week, pretty much 24 hours a day. Now, yesterday, I mentioned in yesterday's video, which I've been uploading most of my videos to Rumble because I don't really like the Google and YouTube platform. They're just horrible. But, you know, YouTube has really good quality, so I might be uploading on there too. But I don't do any monetization on YouTube. I don't rely on them for any of my business. I'm just putting them up there because, you know, they still have a good quality encoding. And sometimes Rumble can be a little, can get a little shaky on their encoding if they get really backlogged. So somebody asked me, well, I thought you were done with YouTube. I am done with YouTube. I don't rely on YouTube for any of my business. None whatsoever. If people want to take advantage of the videos I put up there, that's great. But I don't care about YouTube and Google in any way. My business has nothing to do with them. I don't take any payments through their payment systems like I used to do. None of that stuff. I just detach my business completely from them, except for posting videos, which, you know, I don't expect anything from them at all. I don't monetize my videos with them because I don't care. I don't make my profits off of monetization from YouTube. Okay, so anyway, like I mentioned yesterday, I really thought the overnight session was the most profitable time of the day. That doesn't always happen, but lately there's been a lot of opportunities overnight. And you can see another one happened here probably about 1:40 a.m. in the morning. Okay, it wasn't bad. But the real one, the really good one, was about 5:50, it looks like. 5:45 a.m. Right here, this was the one. Look at this. Beautiful. You even get a crossover on the simple moving average at the same time. You get this big decline. And you can see the MACD had worked its way from way up here, and it was working its way down. And right about this time it got below the zero line, you can see it started getting really wide here, right? So this one's the one, man. This is where you want to make your trades. Hey, look at this big, nice, juicy trade. You know, again, about 30 full points here. Maybe even more than that, about 35. I say you pick up 20 to 25 of that pretty easily. Right, because you're never going to really pick up the whole thing, but you can pick up most of it. Okay, and really, look at this. Even though this is not a full signal from the GETUS Plus indicator, it was a little bit of a pre-sim like indication. And, you know, you could re-enter. Right, look at this re-entry. Bam. Beautiful. Really, really nice. But this one right here, this is the trade of the day. This right here was the trade of the day. With some, you know, re-entry opportunities right here. Now, let me just take a quick look at the 15-minute. I don't think I saw anything on there. Let me just look at it real fast. I don't think there's anything on there that I saw that was... I mean, this one over here isn't bad. This is right around the same time. This was at 2:45 a.m. That's not bad. Let me just change. I don't think this drawing set matters if I change it. Yeah, I didn't think so. But this 2:45 one is not bad at all. Look at this. Pretty nice. That's the 15-minute chart. Now, I'm a little skeptical sometimes of the 15-minute chart, though sometimes there's some really good trades on it. I'm almost always, I look at all the time frames, weekly, daily, 1 hour, 15-minute, and 5-minute. I'm always keeping an eye on all of them. Because I'm in my mind, I'm aware of all the time frames because that just helps me to be extremely profitable. Okay. But in the intraday stuff, if I am going to trade intraday, I'm usually looking at the 1 hour and a 5 minute. Those are the two I really tend to look at more than a 15 minute. But occasionally you get a good trade in the 15 minute chart. And here was one right here. Really, really nice. And this is a nice setup because look at the stochastic momentum index. It's way above this line. Okay. That's good. That's a strong impulse. And when it dips down like that and starts coming below this red line, yeah. You also obviously accompanied by a Giddus Plus indicator. Really, really sweet. And for those who don't know, this Giddus Plus indicator that's showing up on these charts also gets sent over to the Discord server as an alert. So the members get an alert on their Discord app. Usually it's on their mobile phone or whatever. Some are working on desktops and laptops, but whatever, they get alerted. They just turn their alerts on for that channel and they can see the alerts that are coming in. So they don't always have to watch the streaming charts if they don't want to. All right, so super nice. Anyway, the 5 minute chart and here on the 15 minute chart, those are the two big trades of the day that I saw that I thought were really, really nice, okay? A lot of opportunity on that hourly chart too for those cycles have been absolutely amazing. Definitely keep an eye on the cycles. You know, let me just revisit the hourly chart one more time and wrap up the video here. Let me just see something real quick here. These dots sometimes are very helpful. These are called divergence dots on the SMI. Okay. Now, let me get the cycles. Let me bring the cycles back in. Let me hide the Giddus Plus indicator for a second and just bring in the hourly chart. Yeah. This is what I wanted to show. You see how we talked about this cycle here, and this cycle the price action came right down into that cycle's low right there. Really nice, right? But guess what? Sometimes you'll get a heads up with a divergence dot like this. Okay, so look for those too. In other words, what I'm trying to say to all you members and even non-members, if you're considering becoming a member here, right? And even non-members that maybe you haven't really taken advantage of this. You want to use all the tools that are available in the membership, okay? So this hourly cycle has been really good, but the divergence dot will help you even fine-tune your entry, right? This is kind of giving you a heads up that there could be some action coming in. Even this one right here. So you're like, okay, the hourly cycles have been really good. I see a divergence dot. Yeah, it helps fine-tune your entry a little bit, all right? So be on the lookout for that as well. Sometimes that'll be helpful. Look at these right here. These three dots that came in just before the price took a dive. Really nice. Yeah. You see all this dots right here? Is it right in the middle of this dip? Right in the middle of it, right? When you see a dot like that in the middle, pay attention because a lot of times the price will rise. Look, see how the price rised here? This is like 2 or 3 days ago. Now, in this very bearish market, I'm not trading long. I'm only trading short side on the futures. But, you know, whatever, I'm just kind of giving you a heads up on how you use the divergence dots along with the cycles, okay? All right, that's it. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description below this video. Make sure you read that description really well so you don't have any problems joining. Just real quick, you're going to get the streaming charts like we looked at today. You get an email every night. You get the S&P 500 chart attached to the email. And you get a few sentences about my opinion about the stock market every night in email. When you join the Discord server, you'll see an email channel in there. Just drop your email in the email channel. I'll pick it up and you'll start getting the nightly emails, okay? There's other channels in there as well. You get the alerts that we talked about, that we saw in the trades of the day in this video. You also get gold alerts, crude oil alerts, top 30 stocks for the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. You get alerted for that. So there's some really cool things with this service on the Discord server. $7.99, guys and gals. That is a really good price. You know, I just got done telling you in this video, I know for a fact there's members telling me they're making anywhere from $100 to $300 a day. Okay, they're doing really well, right? The membership's going to pay for itself if you're just patient, okay, and learn how to use the membership. I honestly believe you'll make good money, and the membership's going to be just an afterthought, okay? All right, that's it. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.